Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of our live stream. Yeah, today it's the home edition because I'm at home now. My network might be a little bad and laggy, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We love doing this collaboration. So I'm Tobiloba and I'm a front-end engineer, software engineer, as I like to always say. And yeah, this is another episode of our collaboration series where we'll be doing front-end magic and we'll be using React. But for today's episode, yeah, we have something really awesome planned for you. And yeah, I'll have Ali introduce himself. Hey, Ali, what's up?
Okay, so in the name of God, so hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. So we are back with another live stream, which we are going to talk about React plus React Router DOM. So before we go and teach you about React Router DOM, so it's better to introduce myself first. So I'm Ali, and it's been 2 years that I'm a front-end developer, and I really do love front-end uh, developer rather than being a backend developer because I like to design and make fancy website like lots of animation. So that's enough for the introduction. Uh, so Toby, like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that we're going to be doing really awesome stuff today because React, as you know, is used for building single page applications, and it might be a bit difficult from the normal, how would I call it, workflow to have an application that has like that is just one but has several other like parts of it that you can navigate through. With normal HTML, you just use like the A tag to go from page to page, but today we'll be showing you something really awesome that would actually blow your minds to React. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's all for me. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So let's go and talk about what kind of project we are going to be working on and how we are going to do it with React. So before jumping to the code and start making the project, so we are going to show you a simple project like a demo. Like this is a project that we are going to make. Like you see, we have a H1 which is saying hello world. It's a very simple project. I agree. Like you, the point of this live stream is not about the styling. It's about learning the React Router DOM. So you see, there is two links. One is project and the another one is about. So when I click this project link, it will take me to the route. Like it is saying it is a project page. It is changing. Like I am in the project route. But if I go back, I'm in the home page. So I want to go to the about route, like about page. So I will click this one and you see we are in the about route and it is saying it is about page. So this is the project that we are going to make, and and also we are also going to learn like how to add 404 page. Like I'm going to go in a route that doesn't even exist. For example, like test, like this route doesn't exist, so it is saying it is 404 page. So this is a project that we are going to be working on, and I'm sure that it's going to be fun. So Toby, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so let's go. So we are using Vite like for creating React project, like for a short demo like how to create Vite project. So you can simply say npm create Vite, create Vite and dot. So dots is saying that you make folders like file inside the folder that I'm currently in. So when you click this one, you will get several options, like choose React, and you also get another option for JavaScript and TypeScript. So choose JavaScript because we are using JavaScript right now. So that's
Mm-hmm.
a short description. So for
Mm-hmm.
making this kind of project, like for creating route, we are going to use we are going to use a package manager by the name of React Router DOM. So all you need to
Yeah.
do is install it, like saying npm install React Router DOM. So you have to be careful. Like there are two version of it. Like one is for React Router DOM, which is for website, and another one is for React Native for application. Like you can say React Router Native. So it is especially for applications. So be careful on choosing the right one. So we are using React Router DOM. So simply click this one, and it's going to install it. So we have to wait. Okay, we are done. It was so fast.
Yeah.
So I just want to say a quick things, and I will give the responsibility to Toby and to explain how to create the routes. So for a quick one, like go to the main.jsx. So we have to wrap the whole application with a browser router, which is coming from React router DOM. So we need to import browser router. So browser router is essentially the React context. Like we have to wrap the whole application with it. So if you don't know about what the context is or React context is, so you can go and watch our last live stream, which we talked about React context. So it will be great if you know how to work with that. So we simply need to wrap the whole application with app, and that's it. So Toby, you can continue from now on and teach us how to make routes and work with React Router DOM.
Yes, yeah. Hello, Puja. Puja says hi in the comments.
Uh,
Yeah, so definitely. Yeah, I can show you how to use Route. So, as I said before, we all know that React helps us, or those of us that do React, or if you don't know yet, but like this is it though. React helps us to make single page applications, basically. The normal flow of front end applications is that when you're using HTML, is that you create your applications with HTML, then you start with CSS, make several pages if you want several parts of your application, then you find a way to link them together. But no, we will not be doing that because we have React Router DOM. So React Router DOM basically just going to do something very straightforward and awesome. So Ali has done a good job by setting up the browser router context. So it's literally everywhere in the application now. So we can access it. We can access everything pertinent to the React Router DOM now. So now I'm going to just go to my app now because it's always good to have um to set up your route in your app file. So I can so in your app file it's like standard, or you can go to your router and set it up. But it's always like, or you can create a file called router and set it up. But it's always like better, in my opinion, to set it up directly under where you put your browser router because we wrapped our app with browser router. So I'm just going to go directly into my app now and set up my routes in there. So let me come here now. So now, if you check out the documentation for React Router, then you'll probably see most of the things I'm going to be doing here. But it's very easy and straightforward. So I'm going to be importing several things from React Router DOM. And the things I'll be importing, I'm importing routes rather, and I'll be importing routes basically. So routes and routes basically from React Router DOM. So now I'm going to come into my app now and set up my routes, as I said before. So here, instead of returning the normal app that we were supposed to return, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to create something called routes, a component called routes, open it and close it. Sorry, yeah, right like that. And I'm going to open this up, and now I'm going to create my routes in here. So now, but for me to actually create my route, I need to actually make some components that this route would lead to. But yeah, I need to create each file like as components that I'll come and import in my application, then give them their own parts. So that whenever anywhere in my application I go to that part, even if I'm not using a link or a button, if I even just do it directly on the browser's URL field and I put a part there, it will take me directly to that part. So that's what we're doing. We're just declaring parts here, like routes. We are declaring routes rather. So now I can come to my source and I can create a folder. Let me call it pages. Pages is a good name for that folder. I can call it pages. So in my pages folder now, I can come here and create how many pages do we have, Ali?
right now we have two, but we can make more if you want. But it's better to make it simple and add two files.
Yeah, so what are the files?
So one of them is project, and another one is about.
Okay, projects about. That's awesome. So I'm going to
Yeah.
create projects, but that's the TSX, sorry. The GSX. And then another one.
Yeah.
And then another one, I'm going to call another folder. And then the folder is going to be about the GSX.
Yeah,
So I'll be like this.
I was also having the same problem. Like whenever I want to name a file, so it's always going to be about.tsx, like project.tsx. I have to remove all of it and add JSX instead of TSX.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm used to it now. Like the TypeScript React.
Yeah.
From next, I'm using it a lot with next. So yeah, I'm trying to use the RFC. It's not working. Okay, let me just write the function myself. So I'll call the function
Yeah.
project. I'm going to create this here, and I will return basically a div. Let me return a div, not to do anything too much. Or I can return a main actually. And a main, yeah, a main that contains a div just for semantic reasons. And inside that main, I will just return a div that says projects. It says projects here, or a p tag rather. I think a p tag is better. Or an
Yeah,
h1 since
Pete.
we want to
Oh yeah,
div.
H1. Yeah.
Notice I'm not using h1 here because I want the text to be big. I'm using h1 here because it's semantically correct. So semantics matter when you are doing your when you are setting up your h7. So I'm not using h1 because I want big text. I can make a bit. I can use a span even for big text, and I'll just style it.
Yeah.
But I'm using an h1 here because it's semantically correct. So yeah, I'm going to export defaults this. Export defaults this. Then I'll come to my about and I'll basically do roughly the same thing that I just did there. I don't want to copy the code, so I'm just going to write it from scratch again. Call it about and then open this guy up. Return. So I'll return a main tag that contains the text with a p inside, and the p says about. I've created two pages now, and I'm just going to return them. Oh, sorry, export defaults rather.
Yeah. Expert.
So done, done. Yeah, okay, we're done now. So I'm just going to come back to
And
app.tsx.
also, I forgot to say
I'm
something,
going to
bro.
import them.
Yeah.
What's that?
We also need to create another project for the homepage.
Oh, homepage. Sorry. Yeah, we need a
Yeah.
homepage. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Home.jsx. So in homepage, we'll be using about and uh, we'll be linking to about and projects, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So in homepage, now I'm going to use another crazy tag that React Rotterdam gives us, which
Yeah.
is link. The
Which
name
is
is literally link.
yeah, which is
The
very crazy.
name is literally. Yeah, so I'm just going to grab this guy here and I'm going to do a link here. A link tag. It has an open and a closing, so you can do it like this. A link tag. Oh, sorry. Inside this link tag, I can put a p tag here that just says home. Oh, sorry. What's going on? Closes. And then and link has an attribute called to. So the two I'm going to put here is just for now slash because I'm sorry, no, you don't want home to link to home. But link it to project rather. Projects. I'm just going to put this slash project. I haven't declared this part as a project. It exists nowhere in our application. I'm just writing it here for now. I'm still going to go back to app and declare that part. So take note of that and follow along. And I haven't imported my link too. So yeah, that might cause potential bugs. That's something to also watch out for. So I'm going to create another link tag here too. We're not styling now, so I'm just like setting stuff up. Sorry. And yeah, I should probably use a fragment here because React will keep throwing me errors. Let me use a
Yeah.
fragment. I'll grab this too and I'll put it in here. And this would be uh a link to about. I'm going to do two here slash about. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to import link from React Router DOM. Let's import link from React Router DOM.
Okay. So it seems like Toby have an internet connection issue. So I think it's working fine. So no problem. I will continue from now on. So uh, we have a function, like Toby created a function which is
Yeah,
home. Okay.
follow along those
Toby, we
lines.
can't hear
I
you.
know you
We-
might be
your voice is cutting.
confused a bit, but
Toby, can you hear me? Toby. Okay. So no problem. I can continue from. Okay, so we created a component for the home page. I'm going to export it for default function home. So to be like we are using a linked component which is coming from React Router DOM package manager. Like it's a component which is we can use it instead of using a tag. What it can do, like whenever we click this link, it's going to open the page or open the route immediately without refreshing the page. So that's the difference between the link and a tag. So we can like I'm going to write a tag like to see the difference between the link and the a tag. So for now it's okay. Like we need to do, like we have about, home, and project route. So all we need to do is go to the app.jsx, and inside the routes we, like Toby imported two component routes and route. So we are going to write the route itself. Also it is, you can have this self-closing tag. So we can say the path is going to be, it's not going to be routes, it's going to be route. The path is going to be the home page. And the important thing is component. So the component is going to be the home, which we just created, like the home component. You see, we are right now we are seeing the page, like project and about. So we can also add more things like this is the home page, you can say, and refresh it. You see, we are seeing this is the home page. We are having two links, one for project and one for about. So right now, what we need to do is to make another route, self-closing, and this one, the path is going to be project, and the component is going to be the project component that will be created. So right now, uh, project. So default, we need to save this one. Okay. We also need to save this one. So right now we are having two routes. So one route is for the home page and then another route is for the project. So currently we are in the home page. That's why we are seeing the component of it. So once I click this project, like it is projects, not projects. So you have to be careful in writing route. So when I click this one, it will take us to the project component. So let's add more things to it, like a paragraph. Let's say a random paragraph which is coming from lorem ipsum. You see we are getting this one, But once we go, so we need to make another route for about. So we can say route self-closing tag, and the path is going to be about, and the component is going to be about. So right now, okay, so it seems like I'm the only one in the live stream, so no problem. So once I click this link about, so it is going to take me to the about route. You see, you're seeing the about, which is the about component. So let's add more things to it. Like it's going to be h1 to see the text a little bit bigger, and let's add input, like a text. You see, we are getting this one. Let's add some button, a button. So we say click me. See, we are getting the input and also the button. So I will go back to the home page, go to the project. You see, we are getting the H1 and the paragraph. Let's go back and go to the about page. We are seeing the H1, the input, and the click. So that's all we need to do with the React Router DOM. So it's really simple. So all you need to do is to import route and routes from React Router DOM and make component for each page. Like if I am in the home page, so this component is going to display on the page. And if I'm in the project route, so this component project is going to display, and same for others. So I think Toby is in the live stream. So Toby, can you hear me? Toby, can you hear me? Okay, so an internet connection issue. So I think I can keep going. So the last thing
Yeah, I
that we
can.
are,
For some reason, my network got cut off. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. I think there's a lag or something.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Oh
then
God.
if you can hear me, then you can continue from now on. So what I did was so like you made the home component, the project and about. So what I did was make the route for each component. So I
Go
think
ahead.
you
Go
can,
ahead.
oh, okay. Okay, so the last thing that we are going to make right now is to make 404 page. Like right now we have only two routes, one for project and one for about. So what if someone go to a route that doesn't even exist? So for example, like test. So if I go to this route, we don't see anything. Like we have to display something so that if someone is in the different routes that doesn't exist, so we have to show them something that this page doesn't exist, so you have to go to the home page. So what we can do right now is to make another component for 404 page, so we can call it not found, and it's going to be JSX. So we can copy this one and paste it here for making our work easy, and we can change the name of the component to be not found, and we can display H1, and it is saying 404 page. So right now it's not working. So what we can do right now is to make another route, and it's a self-closing tag, and we can say path. So we give it a star. Like a star is saying that if the above, like if there's no routes, like we have project and about, if there is a different routes that if a div is if there is a different route that doesn't exist, so you have to display this component. It's going to be not found. So once I save the file, we are going to see the 404 text. So I'm going to refresh. You see, we are getting the 404 page. Why? Because it is saying like, so it is basically the same thing. Like it starts from top to bottom. So it is going to see this one, the home page. So we are not in the home page. So it's going to run the second route, which is project. So we are not in the project route. So it's going to be denied. So we are going to it's going to render the third route, which is about, so we are not in about route. So it's going to render this one, like not found. Let's go to another route saying something like random text. So it's going to be 404 page. But once we go to about route, you're going to see the text. Why? Because it is saying that the route about does exist. So you have to render this component. Okay, that's all from React Router DOM. So as I said uh, in the beginning of live stream, so I'm going to show you the difference between the A tag and the link tag. Like, what's the difference between? So why not use the A tag instead of uh, link? So what is the difference? So for a demo, I'm going to say project. So we are getting three links. So I'm going to say once I click the project link, it must take me to project routes. It's going to be the same, like it will take me to the project route. But when I click the second link, which is A tag, you see it will take some time. Like it's going to refresh the page. You see, like when I refresh the page, it's going to refresh the page and it will take some seconds, some moments to take me to the route. But when I click a link that I used with the link component, which is coming from React Router DOM, so it will take me to the route immediately without refreshing the page. For example, project, when I click the first link, you see, it doesn't even refresh the page. It's going to take me to the route immediately. Like when I click the second one, which I'll use the A tag, it will take me some moments to go. Like it's going to refresh the page. So that's the difference between using the A tag and link tag. So I hope it was helpful. So what we learned in this live stream was how to work with React Router DOM, how to make routes, and also we have to use the browser router, which is coming from React Router DOM. So it's a React context, which we have to wrap the whole application with the browser router. So if you don't know what React context is, so we did a live stream. Like you can go and watch our last live stream, which we talked about React context. So you have to know it. Like if you know it, is your job is going to be easy. But if you don't know, then no problem. You still can work with React Router DOM. And yeah, that's it. So I think Toby is having some issue. So so okay, that's all about the React Router DOM. So Toby is having issues. So connection issue, no problem. Uh, okay, so it seems like I'm only one in the live stream. So we got a question like, what if I would like some content to stay displayed for case Twitter where when I click message, they are displayed, but the trends keep on showing. Yeah, we can also. Okay, Toby, are you back?
Yeah, I think I am for now. Sorry
Oh
about
my
the
God.
horrible network. I am back. I am back.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. So
that's good.
were you able to finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. Like explain all the things,
Were you able
but
to
if you
finish
want to
it?
say, yeah, but if you want to say something, you can say. Like I can explain to you what I did.
Okay. Yeah.
So all I need to like you made three components like about and home and project. So I came to the
Mm-hmm.
app.js and make the routes. Like I explained like why we have to use routes and two components which are coming from React Router
Mm-hmm.
DOM and how to work with them. Like you have to
Mm-hmm.
make route for each
Mm-hmm.
route. Like inside, like you can have a self-closing tag, and inside of each route you must have a path, which is saying like the path, like it's the home page, and the
Mm-hmm.
component, which is the home.
Mm-hmm.
And the second route is going to
Yeah.
be the slash project. Like whenever we go to the project route, which is I'm currently in
Mm-hmm.
right now, so it's going to display
Mm-hmm.
the project component and so on and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. And the last thing that I
Perfect.
talked about was how to make a 404 page. Like if the route
Ah.
was not in the home page, was not in the project, was not in the about, so you have to display the
Mm-hmm.
not found component. Like for example, like if I go to a random routes, like this one is going to show me the 404 page, and
Mm-hmm.
I make
Oh, this
made
is
a and yeah.
yeah, this is awesome. Awesome job, Ali. Awesome job, Ali. Thank you for covering up because my network really went bad. So I'm glad I'm back now though. Yeah, guys, not to
Yeah, that's
drag you
good.
guys and bore you guys. Not to bore you guys, but yeah, they already did a great job showing you how to use React Router DOM. And like what we have currently is like a single page application. What we are doing basically is just changing path and moving around the same application. So React is really awesome, and I feel like you should explore its possibilities, the things you can achieve with React. And yeah, on
Yeah,
that note,
exactly.
I would, yeah, on that note, I wouldn't say React is an absolute, but I would say React is pretty good, and you should definitely check it out. And it's something you really love when you start working with it. But strengthen your JavaScript first, please. React Algorithm is a package that is managed by tons of. It's an open source project that's managed by tons of people from all over the world, and it has really grown. And it's one of the projects that I learned first. One of the packages I learned to use first in React. So yeah, this is a good video to watch, and I'm sure Ali has given so much explanation in the video. You can check it out and learn from it, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all from my end. I wasn't able to do much today because of my horrible network, but that's all from me.
Yeah. Yeah. So now also we've got a question like from Elliot, like sorry for misspelling, like mispronouncing your name. So he's saying like, what if I would like some content to stay displayed, like for case Twitter when I click message they are displayed, but the trends keep on showing. So for example, like his question is. Like if you see some website like your the nav bar, like whenever you go to a different route, you are always going to see the nav bar. So how we can
Ah,
make
okay.
that kind of project? So Toby, can you explain that? Like,
In my opinion, I think a layout would be much better. There's something that Next.js offers that you can create a layout basically for your application. So that layout will be like a wrapper for every page that you create. And in that layout, you can basically have your footer and your header in that layout. So if I'm moving from project to about to contact to what else could there be to homepage, the footer and header would always be the components that stay there because I've created a layout, basically like a tag that will wrap my entire application. So whatever happens, that all the changes are just happening in between, but those two stay static. I think that is one way to do it. There are other ways to, but that's the one that pops up in my mind.
uh-huh. And another way like is to like when we are working with React itself, not with Next.js. So I think the only
Hmm.
way is to use something like I'm going to give it a try, like to see like it is like a nav bar. So
Oh, this would work. This would
when I
work.
click this one, I think
I think you
it
have
must
to,
be I think it must be out of
yeah, outside your routes, yeah.
oh yeah. So
This
whenever
works.
I go to yeah, it's working fine. See, like what was the name? Like Elliot, like
Earlier.
if you want to make a fixed navbar to see it in all the routes, so all you need to do is to make a navbar, like something like it was simple like H1, but you can say navbar, and you're going to say navbar logo. So you're going to get this one. Like whenever you go to a different route, you're always going to see that one. You see, and yeah,
Good.
that's it.
Yeah, this is an awesome way to get it done. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, like to for the navbar, don't make any component. Just use the navbar above the route, and you're going to see it in every route, and that's
Yeah.
how you can make the project. And also,
Yeah.
Toby, I
Yeah.
forgot to tell you that I also told them that what's the difference between the link and the a tag, like why we have to use link, why we have to use when we have to use link, and why we have to use a tag. So what's the difference between them? So I told them like it's better to use link, which is coming from React Router DOM component, like
Mm-hmm.
it's a
Mm-hmm.
component. So it's
Yeah.
whenever we click this one, it's going to show us the route immediately without refreshing the page. But when we use the a
Yeah.
tag, it's going to
Yeah.
refresh the
Exactly.
page, and it will
Good
take some
one.
moments to open the route
Yeah.
for us. So for example,
Yeah.
like
You're
if you
right.
see there are two links. So one we
Mm-hmm.
use with the link component and one with the a
Mm-hmm.
tag. So when I click the
Mm-hmm.
first one, it's going to show me the route immediately without refreshing the page. But when I click the second one, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to take
Yeah.
some time, like some moments, and it's also going to refresh the page. So I
And
think it's,
it's
yeah,
yeah. Exactly.
and also
You're
that's
right.
it. Hmm.
Good one. Good one. You're right. I'm actually glad you showed them that. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also,
Graham says, don't do it that way. Use a layout. Otherwise, you're mixing your route logic with layout logic, and that will get in you in a mess, really.
mhm,
Yeah, good one,
yeah.
Graham. Good one, Graham. I agree with that because on the large scale of things, when you're working on larger scale projects, it's going to get messy, which was why I even said that Next.js offers that thing. And I do it in my React applications too. So I just create my own layout and put my application within the layout. So I don't have to rewrite stuff over. And it's even like it even helps me with reusability. And I don't have to it's dry basically. I don't have to repeat myself. I just do it one place and I don't do it again. Or maybe just
Yeah.
write some logic to conditionally render. You're right, Graham.
Yeah. Yeah, I also not using like I also make layouts and wrap my whole application with that layout.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just like it was a very like I use this very simple navbar, so it was just for showing like how to make such projects. No, I
Mm-hmm.
don't recommend this way because yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
If we are going to make a big or massive project, so it's going to be messy. So it's better to make a
yeah,
layout component and put our whole routes, our whole components in that file. And yeah, that's going to make our code readable and it's going to make our work very easy. And it's not
yeah,
going to be
definitely.
overwhelmed. Yeah. But
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sake of this live stream, like I just did a quick one to show them that it is indeed possible.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Good one, Ali, and thank you very much, Graham, for the awesome comments and support in the in the comments, I guess. So from my end, since this live stream time is fast spent, I'm at home now, so the network is really bad here. I'll be out
Uh-huh.
soon, so I'll be in a better place where the network is good by the next live stream. But yeah, I think for me on my end, that's all for now. That's all for now.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah,
you,
for me
Ali?
also. Like if you ask me like, yeah, like the point of live stream, like it was great. Like
Mm-hmm.
you had an internet connection issue, but no problem. Right now it's totally
Mm-hmm.
great. Like
Yeah.
it's there's no some delay. Like before going to the live stream, like I ask you a question, so you're going to answer me after 1 minute. So there was lots of delay, but right now it's very great. Like
Yeah.
good
Glad to hear
connection.
that. Yeah.
but but overall it was great. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah. I agree.
learned, yeah, we learned lots of things like router dom, like the components that are coming from like React Router DOM, and yeah, how to make 404 page, and how to make a component that is going to be visible in all of the routes. And yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome job, Ali. Awesome job.
No, awesome job, bro.
Yeah. So that's all for my end. I think you should totally check this out and try to see how you can experiment playing with React Router in your own applications too, and you can pick things we've done in this live stream to apply to yourself too. That's the purpose of us doing this live stream, basically, just to give you some ideas and give you foundational knowledge to know how to do things, so you can use them in your own projects in the real world, and you can reference our
Exactly.
live streams to
Yeah.
check and make corrections. So yeah, also check out documentations too, because it's good to stay updated as well on the newest usages of the tools we use on the live stream. So yeah, I think that's all for my end, and
Uh,
that's pretty much it.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely. So bye everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and make sure to have fun and happy coding, I guess. Or maybe don't code this weekend, just have fun and resume next week.
Yeah. Yeah, have fun, everyone. Hope to see you
Bye.
again. Bye.
Bye.